Hello, Gone students! I made this video just in case it went a little too fast for you when I went through this in class, or in case you missed it. The ship knowledge game, how to play, learn to name things on board in English. This is a new game that I've made to play this half a year, and this is how it works. First of all, you need to download a QR code reader. If you don't know what a QR code is, it's these sort of codes that you see right here. So just put in the words in the Play Store, or you can go to iTunes, I believe, is where you find it, in Apple. Put in QR code reader. It's free. And then install it on your phone. You can use a tablet, but this is going to be much more convenient using your mobile phone. Okay, so once you've got the QR code reader installed on your phone, then you find one of the codes around the ship. I've put codes on every deck outside your cabins, so it should be easy enough to find. They look like this. So scan the code with your QR code reader, and it'll come up like this. It'll say open the URL, so you say yes, okay, do that, and then you'll come into QR Wild. That is the site that's hosting our QR code game, Ship Knowledge. They will ask you to register. Now this is very important. For me to manage all the information that's going to come out of this game, I need to have your student numbers correct. Your student number has to come first when you enter your username, but this is also very, very important. You have to use 3 digits for your student number. For example, your student 7, you need to have 007. Your student 16, 016. It's got to come first. Then you can write whatever you want, your name or whatever your handle is, whatever. Okay, but I need to have 3 digits of your student name first. That way I can manipulate the information in Excel very easily. If not, it will be a nightmare. If you do not have 3-digit student number coming first, I will cancel your username. You'll lose any fines that you have, and you're going to have to start again. So please follow instructions, especially on this point. If you lose your passwords, I cannot give it back to you. I can make you a new password, but there's no email to enter, so you will not be able to get your password back if you forget it. So make a note of it. Just have a good habit of writing down passwords and keeping them safe. Okay, so then once you have registered, then it will put you into the actual question, or they will ask you what you are looking at. So you need to write in the word. For example, the first code might be, this is what you call the floor you walk on a ship. What is the floor that you walk on a ship called? Several of which are like floors in a building. So you need to find the word. Now, I don't expect you to know the word offhand, the top of your head. So I will give you a list, a paper list of the different 80 terms that are possible to answer the question, but it's going to be much easier for you, rather than carrying paper with you all the time wherever you go the next half of the year, that you have it on your phone. You carry your phone with you everywhere you go. Well, I have made an app. Well, it's not really an app, it's a web page that you can have on your phone. I'm going to send you the link. If you don't have the link, or you erase it, ask me and I'll send it to you again. So now when you get the link, you just click on it and it'll ask you to either open the web address or add to bookmarks. So if you just want to add it to your bookmarks, you can use the browser on your phone to work the app, no problem. But you can also add it to your home screen. Once you go to the website, open the website in the browser on your phone, just left click and press add to home screen, and this will make a copy of the online app to your phone. No problem, right? Well, so now you're looking for the word. You see what it is, and you want to know what word it is, what it could possibly be. Well, once you have the app ship knowledge, look in the terminology section. And in the terminology section, you have all 80 terms. And then the thing is, you're going to have to choose which area of terms to go into. All the general terms on board, 34 of those are in the first section. And then those terms dealing with the deck department next, an engine, and the stewards department. So you have to choose in what area you think the term would belong. And then, for example, this first term, general term, deck. Here it says the horizontal separation between spaces, what you're usually walking on board a ship. So now you know the word is deck. So what do? Well, you need to write in the word deck exactly as you see it spelt in the terminology section. And then you press submit. Okay, so write the word exactly as it's written on the app or on the piece of paper that I give you. So then it says, yeah, right, that's correct. Deck is a permanent covering over a compartment or hull of a ship. Some of these terms will have an extra research question. And this is to help you expand your ship knowledge. And you get extra points for answering these research questions. Now, you may not know the answer right now. You need to do some research to answer it. So you can answer this question later. Okay? Find the answer and you can come back. How do you come back? Well, you just press on the progress button, and once you press on the progress button, it'll show you your score so far, and it has the different words that you found so far. So you just click on deck again and you'll go back in, and then you can answer the research question. You won't know if it's right or wrong until the very end of the game. Okay, so what to do next? Well, you can either go around the ship and look for more QR codes to scan, but easier still is go to the terminology section of the app and find terms for places you already know where to find on the ships. For example, do you know where the captain's cabin is? Do you know where the bridge is? Great, well then you go there and you look for the QR code. Now be warned, be forewarned, most codes above deck where we would normally have passengers are hidden quite well. So you have to look hard, and the more difficult ones to find, you get more points for, of course. Now, the codes down below deck, they're pretty much in your face, easy to see, shouldn't be a problem, but you need to know where to go to find them. You need to be able to find the components they refer to. But be aware there are no QR code pieces in the engine room at all. So don't even bother going in there. They're not down there. Otherwise, there's no codes behind normally locked doors. So the bridge, there's no codes there at all. But those areas you have access to when you're doing your practical training, praxis, on board, those are the areas you would most likely find the codes, where you're allowed to go as a student doing your general study, general practice, practical experience. That's where you would find the codes as well. As I say, above decks, the codes are very well hidden. Below decks, yeah, they're pretty much in your face. You need to know where to go, though, to find them, but you'll be able to see them quite easily. Okay? The more difficult to find, the more points you get. Okay, so there is a point system. Once you answer correctly and get the right word, term, spelled correctly in the box, you get points for every time. Okay? You get extra points for the research questions you answer correctly. You won't know if you've got the extra points or if it's the right answer until the very end of the game, end of the year. And the more codes you find, the higher in rank you rise. Every time you get promoted in rank, we start out, first rank that you achieve is OS, Ordinary Seaman, and then you rise to an AB. So when you achieve the rank of OS, you get points, and then so on. So the higher in rank, the more points. So there's 3 different ways to get points in the game. The player at the end of the year with the highest overall score wins the grand prize. And this is a big game for all students on GON, going over half of a year, so it's going to be a big prize. To be announced later, I don't know, but it's got to be something pretty serious. But also, I will be giving prizes to the best player, the player in each class of 15, tip A, B, C, or D, or VG, to machine, deck, B, engine, or deck. Each top player in those classes of 15 will also get a prize for being the highest scorer. All right, well, there is a final test. These words are going to be added to your curriculum. So you will be responsible for these 80 terms. Whether you find them or not, you need to know what they are. So make sure you study the list I've given you, either on the app or on paper. But not just the terms. You need to read the information concerning the terms, especially if there's a hyperlink. If I've given you a hyperlink, that requires that you link to it and read a little extra information. Generally, the hyperlink's going to go to Wikipedia, and you should read the basic definition for the term of what I've given you. So it's not just the words, but it's understanding what the words mean. As well as the hyperlinks, you get new words, and those words as well will be on the test. All right, so there will be a test. You need to study for it and learn these terms, but you can have fun doing it at the same time. But as a special added bonus, when you rise in the ranks, if you get up to the level of an officer, I will give you extra credit on the final. Now don't forget, the final is worth 2 grades. When we consider your average throughout the whole year, you can drop your worst grade, but you cannot drop the final, and the final is worth 2 grades. Now, if you get to the rank of an officer or officer in training, cadet, I will give you a 0.2 bump in your grade. You have to find a certain amount of codes and answer them correctly. I'm not going to tell you how many, but there's a certain amount. Once you reach that, I will give you on the final a 0.2 bump in your grade, which means if you on the final get a 4.3, you'll get a bump of 0.2, which will give you an overall grade of 4.5, which in the GON system is a 5. So look at this. If you make it to third officer, I'll give you 0.4. Second officer, 0.6. That's over half of a grade. If you make it to CO, 0.8. And if you find all 80 codes and achieve the rank of master, yes, you will be bumped up an entire grade on the final test. Imagine that. And of course you're asking, if I get a 6, can I get, and there is no 7 in the Norwegian system, sorry. So that's how it works. The game ends on the day of the final test. Prizes will be awarded at the graduation dinner on the end of the year voyage. So have fun, find the QR codes, enter the right terms, read, learn, and gain some ship knowledge. All right, have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye for now.